President Bongbong Marcos has instructed the Department of Transportation and other concerned agencies to explore new technologies and submit a revised plan within a month to accelerate the Edsa rehabilitation project. Transportation Secretary Vince Dizon said Marcos wants the new version of the project completed within 6 months to a year. As a result, the proposed odd-even traffic scheme for Edsa has been canceled, and discussions on waiving toll fees along Skyway Stage 3 and the NLEX-SLEX Connector Road have been put on hold. However, the no-contact apprehension policy, or NCAP, will remain in effect.
Gumawa tayo ng magandang plano. Baka naman, imbis na 2 taon, magawa natin sa 6 na buwan, magawa natin sa 1 taon, whatever it is. Pero sa ngayon, maliwanag na napakarami ang mahihirapan pagka tinuloy natin yung Edsa rehabilitation.
Pinapabago niya yung buong plano. Ang sabi ni Presidente, find a better way. Find a better way para hindi mahirapan ang mga kababayan.
Years. How feasible is this? Nung narinig niyo po yung timeline ng Presidente.
I think we appreciate yung instructions of the President. I think foremost, I think the President would not like to put people to suffer too much because of the disturbance and inconvenience that may be brought about by the Edsa rebuild, no? And so, he told us that let's explore all possible ways and means actually to expedite the implementation of Edsa rebuild in a faster way, including looking at new technologies, new materials here and abroad that we might be able to use. So this is what we are doing, Pedestrian, at the moment, and they are now looking at all these things so we can draw up a more expeditious way to do it.
Well, Secretary, we had Congressman Roch Gutierrez here who explained his side and his arguments over the NCAP and also, of course, including the Edsa rehabilitation that sabi po niya, Edsa is dying. We understand that it is already 50 years old and kayo po nagsabi na kapag hindi po natin ito ginawa, that the damage could be exponential. Help us to understand the gravity of the situation over in Edsa. What could happen if the rehabilitation does not push through? And is it mainly concerning the concrete pavement or the asphalt on top?
Let's put it this way. I think the plan for the total rehabilitation of Edsa has been postponed twice already. I was still in the department during that time when the Asian Development Bank already had the financing for the rehabilitation of Edsa during the time of the late President Ramos at that time, but unfortunately it did not go through. And then again, during the time of President Aquino, there was already a plan again to rehabilitate Edsa. I think because everybody were technically Edsa has been there for 50 years, and the pavement is wearing out. And what we are saying is that once a pavement like Edsa, which is actually continuously being used, especially for heavy loads sometimes, once it breaks up, it's going to be exponential, and we cannot prevent it from deteriorating anymore. So it would be better actually to anticipate it before it gets worse, and it would be more expensive and it would be more tedious to do it. Actually, that's what we are saying. And secondly, I think JICA has been saying that Metro Manila is losing, I think, about 3.5 million pesos daily because of traffic congestion and one
correct, tama po. Pero meron po ba tayong issue doon sa structural integrity ng EDSA? At anong portions po ang tinitignan po natin na pinaka-urgent?
Sa amin po, I think in our assessment, the entire stretch of EDSA needs actually immediate rehabilitation or reconstruction, the pavement, etc. Because what has been done actually during the past years is actually yung reblocking. And if we adopt this system, I think it's going to be perpetual.
Pero yun nga po, no? Kasi
So-
to others, it may seem that this is a beautification project in time for the ASEAN. If you're just fixing the pavement, the concrete and the asphalt, sa taas lang po yun. Pero syempre, ang dami pong,
No po.
kumbaga, magtitiis, no? Initially, dapat for 2 years. Pero
No.
yung rationale at yung pag-aaral kung ano talaga, hindi pa napapaliwanag sa publiko kung what is at stake here if we don't continue on. And what is the urgency for this rehabilitation?
Let me put it into proper perspective. Hindi po ho yung sa beautification program because of the ASEAN. We planned this long time ago actually, and it took us some time actually to also get the funding for it and to prioritize it and to do yung planning for it. We have to collaboratively do it with MMDA because they will be the ones to implement the traffic management protocols, and of course the OTR because of the busway. The busway is an exclusive lane, including you still have to provide a exclusive bus lane even during construction. Yun po yung conditions. And it's not really for beautification, but it is an urgent matter that needs to be attended to yung rehabilitation because it's structurally, this is the time that you think that it has to be rehabilitated.
Opo.
We could
Pero
have done it actually
speaking
earlier,
of
pero because of change constraints po.
But speaking of the technicalities of that rehabilitation, ano po yung mga balak po ninyo at kailangan po ninyong baguhin?
We will have to dig up the entire pavement and put a new one po, a stronger pavement. What we're saying is that with the new technologies that we're going to implement, once we put up a new pavement, and then will be followed eventually by a good smooth riding surface. It will, I think, for the next 15-20 years, it would require a minimum maintenance po.
So wala po tayong babaguhin pagdating po doon sa bearings nung road?
Well, including in the rehabilitation works would be to also already install a good drainage system along Edsa on both sides, northbound and southbound. And kukumpunihin po din daw namin yung mga pedestrian lanes po. All these things.
Okay. Secretary, meron po ba tayong pag-aaral sa maaring traffic flow improvement once we do the rehabilitation? Kung ito po ba ay makakapag-reduce ng travel time sa EDSA? Because ultimately, yung concern for the passengers and the commuters here, yung mabilis na pagdaloy ng trapiko. Para nga po dun sa nabanggit ninyo na hindi po tayo mawalan ng 3.5 billion pesos in economic activity every day. So meron po ba tayong pag-aaral doon?
Meron po. I think even in the first attempt actually to rehabilitate EDSA during yung financing ng Asian Development Bank, there are two things that may improve in the EDSA corridor. No, it will improve yung pollution situation because the most polluted corridor in Metro Manila is along EDSA. And secondly, if we put a new pavement, a smoother riding quality, ang estimate ko is it may improve the traffic speed by another 15-20%.
Okay. There are proposals, or actually the DOTR Secretary has said that they hope to EDSA to be more commuter and pedestrian friendly after the rebuild. We are in the position now to make EDSA walkable and safe for pedestrians. Yan po yung sabi niya. Meron po bang plano to also change the pedestrian walkways? Kasi meron po mga portions, nakikita po natin nagba-viral, na hindi po talaga malakaran at pati yung mga footbridge na sobrang taas. I mean, if that is the goal, as the Transportation Secretary has mentioned, bakit hindi na rin po ituloy, no? Doon po sa EDSA Greenways Walkway Project na matagal na pong proposal.
Gagawin din po namin. I think one of the components would be to improve actually yung mga pedestrian lanes po along EDSA. Yan po yung pinag-usapan namin with DOTR. Yung mga walkways and pedestrian lanes actually will be improved. But unahin lang po namin yung mga pavements muna, and then we will attend to the improvement of the sidewalks. That may not really cause actually too much yung traffic disturbance po.
But how feasible is that, Secretary, to improve the pedestrian walkways given the limited space in EDSA? Saan po natin nakikita na maaaring pwedeng mangyari yung widening, yung pag-improve po, at ano pong improvement ang binabalak na gawin?
There are areas na pwede pang i-widen ng konti, but in areas na hindi na po pwede, we'll just have to improve the walking surface po siguro. And plus providing also the drainage system alongside actually the walkways po. Yun ang ginagawa namin para there are areas actually that during rainy season hindi ho matapakan dahil because of water funding and things like this. So yung total improvement po, especially on yung mga maraming pedestrians na gumagamit. Yan po ang priorities po.
Not much flexibility, I bet, in terms of improving that situation. But Secretary, huling katanungan po, no, sabi po ni Senator J.V. Ejercito, mas maganda siguro kung gagawin itong rehabilitation na to kapag meron na po tayong subway. Yung Metro Manila subway po natin ay operational na para hindi rin ganun kabigat in terms of finding options, in terms of going through the EDSA highway. What are your thoughts on that timeline proposed by Senator J.V.?
Well, it's an option that may be taken, but sa amin lang po, we just wanted to not to take the chances that in any time soon that mag-break up ang pavements in EDSA. And because of the implementation of the subway, yes, of course, it could help really decongest EDSA, but there again, when will it be? And I think if we are going to wait for another 5 years, if you like, I'm afraid that yung project ko namin break-up of the pavement may take place anytime soon.
Pero kakayanin naman po maghintay kung sakasakali. Yun nga po yung isa pong alternative natin.
Sabi ko nga, I don't think yung kuwan namin kasi, yung technical analysis namin ang status of the pavement, I think it has to be done very soon po. And ang kuwan po natin dito, I think if we don't do anything now and something happen before the opening of yung subway, sabi natin, and I don't know, of course, this administration will no longer be here, but I think, kikita niyo bakit hindi rin ginawa pa noong araw pa. Ganun na naman ang situation natin.
All right. It is back to the drawing board for the DPWH, as you mentioned, and we will leave you to that.
Yes,
and get back to you when there is a decision. Maraming salamat po para sa inyong oras. We have Secretary Manuel Bonoan of the DPWH.